and to your listeners. My name is Linda Blackbeard, the CEO of the Randburg Chamber of Commerce. We're based in Randburg Central itself, and look after voice-wise support for businesses in whichever category or industry sector you belong to. We often get asked questions about industry sectors or who can join the chamber. You firstly need to be a legally registered business with SIPSA. You need to have a business bank account, and after that, if you need any assistance as a young entrepreneur or someone who'd like to venture into business dealings, contact us, because this is where we come in to help you. The Randburg Chamber is affiliated to the South African Chamber of Commerce, as well as Small Business Institute, and we do a lot of work with the national body, who is our national chamber covering all sectors and areas of the country. We are, as I said, in Randburg and cover Randburg, Sandton, Fourways, Midrand, Lanseria. In fact, whoever wants to join our chamber and has a legally registered business may do so. It often depends on what our offerings are to businesses as to whether people see the need to join us. There are challenges for business that are unique to the area, specifically our small businesses and the informal sectors, which are quite uniquely around us. We have Diepsloot, Zandspruit, Cosmo City, to name a few, and there are a lot of very bright young people there desperately needing assistance in the business sector. They don't know where to go and what to do. Well, our main focus as a chamber is small business development, getting training, giving them assistance on how to do a business plan, a budget, which doesn't only consist of a car and fancy clothes, but simple things like your pens and stationery. I would like to just say that the hospitality and B&Bs have had a difficult time during the COVID and the unrest within our sector. We have two main business areas in Randburg, that's Stratham Park and Kaya Sands. I think with the unrest, people are a little bit cautious right now. We found that a number of businesses and members have left the area, but there is a Randburg revitalisation program that is on the way that the Chamber is focusing with the city of Johannesburg, where we want to uplift and improve the Randburg area so that we make it a viable place to do business, and most certainly a space where people feel proud to have their businesses. We have a lot of young people in that area, and there's a lot of small business activity. It is actually a media hub, with MultiChoice and Mnet being there. So there are lots of smaller businesses offering services to MultiChoice, I'm assuming. But then we do have attorneys, and we have accountants, and we have a myriad of different industry sectors. We have IT specialists. And we would love to welcome you into our family. Randburg is not just businesses, it's a family of a group of people. We care about you. And our values are well known around town. We do not stand for nonsense, and we are a very loud voice when things negatively affect business. But we're also there to praise. When good stuff is done for the businesses, then we thank the people that have actually facilitated that. As I said, there is a huge focus for SMEs. And we've also suggested people go to the SADC region. We can facilitate introductions into the SADC region for SMEs to joint venture if they find businesses unattainable within their own space. And we can always put them in touch with the for example, Botswana, Zambian chambers, or business development or tourism, depending which sector they're in. And we'll organize a webinar or a team viewer or a micro, program, and they can all come in, sit down, listen, and different people can present their services. If you'd like to participate, then we allow and facilitate introductions. Or it can even be done, depending on what it is, a direct contact to and through the embassy by the chamber for you on joint ventures. If you hear about something, then come and talk to us. Often have young people say, everybody in my industry is closing, I'm going to have to close my business. And I say, don't be silly, go out and get their customers. Which just is a little bit of an inspiration to the young people not to give up, but to carry on trying. You're not a failure because you don't succeed. You're a failure when you stop trying. Instead of going out to the young entrepreneur, we offer a very broad sector of industries that they can actually say, this is where my passion is. Not we say to them, this is where you have to have a passion and then we can help you. Try and find the true entrepreneurial spirit within the person, male and female. We do have a ladies section, but I'm pleased to let the gentlemen know that I also focus on the gentlemen. You are just as important in this industry sector as the ladies. Not that I'm downing our ladies, but we need to get back to some older values where we respect each other and we respect the male and female within the industry sector. And yes, we're able to help you. We'll, for example, if you came to us and said we're in the finance industry, I'll ask you what type, do you want to open a bank? And most of them laugh because they also don't understand what it takes to open a bank. But they might go into, for example, doing administrative work. And then we'll start saying to them, right, you need a business plan. So we do it, and we take them right through to the financing. If they need equipment, and it's a viable, sustainable business opportunity, we can even get them to financing. So from the startup, what do you want to do? Let's help you, and have informal conversations on an individual basis wherever we can, because the people tend to open up a little bit more easily. Right to congratulations, you've now got the key to your door and let's work with you. So we carry on after that, working with the businesses. We don't just drop them, because this is when they make the most mistakes. With regards to business sectors, as I said, anything goes. Manufacturing is a huge concentration and it might need a few people. If you were interested in fisheries, then my suggestion is get a couple of people that can cover marketing. So that's an individual person. You can do a joint venture or an agreement with them. Someone who's in sales, someone who's in finance, and then people that are creative, that you can say, let's do packaging, but that would fall under marketing. And then you have a number of different separate people that can participate within a company structure and start selling fish, from fingerlings right up to the packaging of different types and flavors of the fish that you're selling. But there is a very definite thrust for small businesses going forward, and the COVID has actually shown us this. Shutdown has actually put us into a very new space and unfamiliar ground. I'm not sure if it's just for the young ones, but there's certainly for me the old ones. Find out that sitting most of my time on the computer is rather daunting, because I really enjoy face-to-face activity and contact with the people. But businesses are finding that too. It allows them to focus on a small thing, providing pens, They might find somebody that sells the pens. And I'd like to see us manufacturing more of our own goodies than importing them. So there's always a ladder. The guy on the ground who's going to be the purchaser. The next guy who's hopefully the seller and no longer the wholesaler, because you've got so many little businesses selling. Therefore, everybody can be employed. And I really mean everybody can find some kind of job. There was a lady in an informal sector area who had a small home. She rented one of her rooms out to a hairdresser. She had somebody in her carport fixing cars. She had another lady that put on an extra little room on the side and they baked makwenya. And then she had a space for herself. She did sewing and also the selling of the fat cook every day. I tell you what, she made more money than I earn in a month, which is not a lot, but she well exceeded 20,000, 30,000 Rand on months. The downside to that is we need to get businesses like that registered, however small they are. But the lady that owned the house needs to become a taxpayer. We need to find her, and this is the one part that business really shies away from. We're going to do the business, but we don't want to pay tax. There are a lot of tax incentives for small businesses, and we often do webinars now where the tax man comes to us and talks, dispelling the myths of SARS, the negative myths of SARS, and actually realizing the value behind that. So small businesses work together. There is a huge focus and drive for individuals, young people, and even middle-aged people to start their own businesses if they have expertise. Many people in their mid-30s, 40s, and even 50s are now going into a lot of accountants, a number of small business benefactors where they have knowledge that can benefit a small business. Then they come through the chambers and we offer their services for the members to freely participate in. We're also one of the only chambers that I know of that offer a 6-month free membership for entrepreneurs and startup businesses. And trusting in that time, we get them registered. We help them understand what the value of a Chamber of Commerce is and how we can play a role benefiting them going forward. And when they're ready, who they're going to come to, hopefully us, but they can see the value of what we do. Being part of SACI, we're very fortunate to say that our chamber hosts 3 directors on the SACI board, the vice president, the deputy vice president, and I am a director. Also the vice chair of the SACI Chamber Forum. So that's working with all the chambers. We're right on the ground. So we're really there to help anybody. If you're sitting in your room right now and you have an idea, or you're walking down the street listening on the phone, please get in touch with us. We have a lot that we can offer you. There's plenty that we can talk about, and it's great. It doesn't matter where you are. Link on your phone. Let's have a Microsoft meeting or a Zoom meeting, and let's talk about how we can help you. I'm interested in knowing what you need. And we're not just a bank. We don't just offer finance. We're there to offer you the knowledge that we have, to share with you opportunities and give you ideas of how you can go. You need to do the work, but we're always there for the support. So it is. Small businesses are jumping up everywhere. People that haven't been employed, people that have studied. There's a guy doing engineering at the moment, and he's now found himself some subcontracting work. I believe he said earning more than he would have if he worked in a company subcontracting his services. So there are benefits. And the bigger companies now are not renting these huge premises anymore. A lot of people are working from home, and they too have decided to use the smaller businesses, and we drive within the local areas. So can the bigger businesses use our small businesses within our area? Don't look for an air conditioner repair fella on the East Rand. Look for someone who can do that here, right in your backyard. That's an excellent question. What's in it for me, would the bigger businesses be asking themselves? Why join the Randburg Chamber? The simple answer to that is we can facilitate a lot of your marketing and sales out to the marketplace. We can put out your needs, we can advertise your services, we can collaborate deals with you. We could certainly introduce you to a lot of Africas if you want to do business in Africa, the consulates, the embassies. So it's a huge benefactor if you're wanting to do business outside the border. We collaborate with you on any partnerships that we can regarding expos that you have, or programs that you're having, or launches that you're doing. The Chamber will support those and obviously get the information to our SMEs or the middle range businesses. It doesn't mean you've got to do 10 million and then you're a small business. Well, before I joined the Chamber, if I did 10 million rand in my industry sector a year, I would have thought I'd hit the jackpot. So the long and short of it is, don't strive only for the rands and cents. Strive for the ability to be able to be sustainable in what you do, gain knowledge in what you do, and in so doing you'll find that the bigger businesses will seek your services, and the bigger businesses will start cutting down on employing people full-time by using the services of subcontractors. So it's not necessarily doing away with employment, but it could very easily be that person might have retired, they might have moved away, they've gone to a different city, or they've decided to close down a little or consolidate the sector of the businesses because in their offices, then they'd rather give them the drawing to somebody else that does logos and advertising brochures for them. They can sit and do the artwork, and they can then give it to somebody else to do the printing, and they can give it to somebody else to do the distribution. So the Chamber is a huge benefit to themselves, for them to join our Chamber of Commerce, and they are in then helping the fourth industrial revolution, which is regarding manufacturing starting up, and also employment subcontractor-wise for the smaller and medium businesses. So yes, that was a good question. Thanks. Yes, that too is part of our protocol and process. That is why I said to you, I like meeting the people that want to join the Chamber. I like to speak to all of them. It's very easy to actually assess when you're sitting behind nearly 70 years of experience and maybe 50 years in the workspace, to see fly-by-nights, people that are really having difficulties, people with bad attitudes. And I mean, I don't turn them away. I'll certainly try and help them change their way of doing things, and will very candidly say to them, if you carry on like this, you're going to, your business won't succeed, or you won't be a happy chappy in the business place because people are not going to find you user-friendly. The ability for the Chamber to say that to the medium and bigger sized businesses looking for the smaller businesses is they are legally registered. You've got to be legally registered to be a member of the Chamber. So we check that with SIPSA. And you have to be SARS registered. And that's where we battle a little bit with the informal sector. Well, we battle quite a lot, unless it's a drive of the business to earn points for the company. That you've got to have a bank account. a proper business bank account. So that alone, and participate in what the Chamber does. Let me start becoming aware of you at our webinars. Let me become aware of you at our networking. Let me become aware of you by simply communicating with me now and again and asking me questions or sharing information that you have with me too. Tell me about your achievements. Tell me about your staff's achievements. That's all vitally important for us to be able to create awareness of you and your businesses. So if the medium and large business wants a smaller business that we do have quite a jackpot of fabulous young small people, with small businesses that are able to assist in a number of different industry sectors. The bigger businesses, certainly through their, I'm trying to think of the word now, gosh, just eludes me, the points that they can get on the BBBEE support structure, they really are looking for that. And yes, our chamber is great in being able to assist them in obtaining, hopefully, the correct people. We don't validate anybody and we don't certify anybody, like you say, because it's a quite a legal process. And we could find ourselves in hot water. Today he was great. Tomorrow he wakes up and he decides he's going to be a thug. There's nothing I can do about that. But I certainly hope that the people that we work with and mentor, I'd like to use the word mentor, because we care about you. And it doesn't matter whether you live in Bryanston, or you live in Zandspruit, or you live in Blairgowrie. We care about you. And we want you to be part. And it's just very heartwarming to see our cross-border rainbow nation coming together in the business sector. It's lovely to see that dispelling the myth of racialism just melt away when you have a group of young people sitting in a room all eagerly discussing their business opportunities and no one trying to be better than the other one. We will be able to recommend people to the bigger businesses, and that definitely is a benefit to them. We certainly would like to close off by calling all businesses in Randburg. Doesn't matter how small or big you are, you may have joined us before and left because you found that we weren't doing anything for you. Please give us a chance again. A lot has changed, and COVID certainly changed a lot of ways of doing business. You'll be surprised who we can connect you with. We're very strongly linked to SACI and the Small Business Institute. So we have great opportunities for you. You need to speak to us. You can't sit in your office and think that we're going to be phoning you every day. We have a couple of thousand members. We cannot approach everybody, but the more you keep in touch with us and the more we know about you and the more aware we are of you, we can offer you, show stands at a greatly reduced price. Sometimes we have a lucky draw and you get a stand worth 35,000 Rand on the house. Businesses need to collaborate. Businesses need to support each other, like I said, in their local area. So please, businesses, let us know that you're there. Help us compile quality and quantity database information on the businesses in the Randburg area so that we can go back to the city of Johannesburg and get their records sorted out with regards to who's in business, who's doing what in Randburg, and the needs that you have. A lot has changed. A lot of people are in dire straits after the shutdown, specifically the hospitality industry and the bed and breakfast. Small businesses have taken a dive because bigger businesses are taking too long to pay them. Everybody's had a cash flow issue, and so we'd like the businesses to come together in Randburg. Join the chamber. The bigger the family, the stronger we are together. and the more powerful our voice can be out there. The more we stand together, the better effects we can have, and the better we can service you. And like I said, no question is too small, and no business is too big or too small to join us. There might only be two of us in the office. We do a jolly lot for the business areas, and we have fantastic directors in policy, legal aspects, Randburg improvement districts, the women in business, men in business, trade and investment. So please, please join the chamber, call me. I like to have a chat to you first, find out what you do, and instill some confidence in you that we can certainly, you can be part of our family, and we can make it a very positive impact in your business. Work with us, and please go to our website www.rcci.coza and call or contact me on 086 101 9218 or ceo@rcci.coza. I wish everybody listening the very best. Remember, we're there to help you. There's a lot that business needs, and don't feel scared to ask us. Everything you say to me gets held in confidence, and I'm not going to go and blurt out that you didn't know something simple or easy. I didn't know those things when I started. Somebody had to help me, and I'd like to share the knowledge that I have with you to help you become bigger and better. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and Randburg Chamber of Commerce hopes to see you in the very near future. Well, thank you very much for this morning. It's been most enjoyable, and I trust it was informative. Should you need anything and don't feel your question is trivial, please feel free to connect with me on my email address, ceo@rcci.coza, or call our offices at 086 101 9218. I wish everybody safety, health, and joy. Thank you.